So today again we will see some kind of list manipulation, but this time this will be some different type of commands have been used. Okay, so you have to watch it very carefully, and when you will execute this program, that time also you have to take the utmost care. Now the thing is that this program is actually the manipulation of list, especially this program has been designed in order to understand each and every command, as well as how the outputs are being generated, and in the exam if this kind of statements are given into the program, how will you handle it, basically on that. All right. So manipulation of list elements, this is the subject of the program. Fine. So now the thing is that a list has been taken. There are two lists have been taken. One is item, another is item 1, 23, 4, A, B, C, 31, 22, and another is the pure integer one. Okay, here it is mixed type, but here it is integer one. So print length of the list. So what is the function of length? That is actually displaying the length of the list. Now for A in item, print A. So that means this print A and whatever I have written, this is actually a substitute command, can be used in version 3.6 onwards. Okay, whenever you are using the version 3.6, you can use this. Okay, print slash n, that is an escape sequence to print a particular character, sorry, a new line feed. This is actually what, this is a new line feed. Fine. Okay, now the thing is that this one is, I have created the range 6 to -1. That means it is starting from 6 and it will go till 0. Okay, 6 -5 -4 -3 -2 and then -1. All right, up to there. Okay, so not till 0. Okay, because it will stop at 1 less, that is the thing, and each time the step is decreasing by 1. All right, again this thing, same thing as come. This is actually a command which will concatenate two lists. That is called joining or concatenating of lists. Okay, or concatenating of two lists. All right, two lists. Fine. So now the thing is that second statement, this one, just after this we are finding out what is the length of the joined string. That's why the len item plus item 1, and finally we are printing the print item 1 once more. Now why we are printing? Because we are adding a particular value by using a value, okay, by using a command called append. So append is the function which is actually being used to add a value at the end of a list, where at the end of a list, and again we are printing the final item 1, and then maximum of the element of the list, that is the max, and the mean of the element of the list has been printed. And here we are doing what, delete item 3. That is the command. Del is actually to remove the element from the list. Item 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3. That means B will be removed and the item list will be printed once again. And item 1.extend 7, 8, 9, add multiple values at the end of the list. Okay, and then print item 1. Okay, clear? So if the number of values are more, instead of append you can use the extend. That is the difference between append and extend command. Now let us judge the output once. Okay, so you'll be able to understand it. So now executing the program, and now you see how it is appearing. Okay, so the output has been generated out here. Side by side you can keep and you can analyze the output also. So the thing is that here, let's see what is the output. Okay, you see it is the length is 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Fine, correct. Then the total list has been printed, and this list has been printed reverse order. Okay, and this print a item over here, a in item print a has been given. So print a, what is there, 22, 31, CBA for 23. That means this particular list has been printed in reverse order, and this is the print a item from the beginning till the end. All right, here the concatenated string has been printed, concatenated list have been printed, and its length has been measured. Now what is happening? 43, 56, 78, 90. Okay, this is the existing list, and 87 has been added after appending. All right, now the thing is that print item 1 once more has been printed, and maximum item in the list, item 1 is I think 90, and mean item is 43. And then what is happening out here? 23 4 AC, you see out here, when we have item 3 has been deleted, B has been removed, and again it has been printed, you can see without B. All right, and the 789 has been added at the end. All right, so that have seen this program. So this is the manipulation of list that has been taken place out here by using the different type of commands. Okay, so this is the reverse printing of the list, and this is the printing straight away by using for a in item. Okay, and this is the joining you have learned how to do, and how to add a value at the end. That is also by using the append command you have learned. Max min to display the maximum and minimum item from the list, and how to delete a particular item from a list that you have learned, and how to add multiple values at the end of a list. You can see out here 43 after 87. The existing list is 87 after appending here, and then after 87, 789 has been added. So this is the way to manipulate the program. Fine, that is the thing, manipulate the list, I mean. Okay, so next we are going to another program which is also will give you a lot of things to do out here. Now to see program to display even number from the list. Suppose if you are inputting the even numbers, only that one will be printed. And here you can see one command has been given, here the remark has been given out here. If you are using the version 3.6 onwards, then in that case what could you do? You can use this particular statement. Okay, so this is for the version 3.6 that you can use the eval command. Okay, and for the 2.7 and all, you can, both are correct, theoretically both are correct. Fine. Okay, now the thing is that this particular list will find out, okay, the even numbers that have been entered by the user in the list, only that one. Here print slash n, you can see out here a new line feed has been taken. This is for actually what, new line feed. Okay, this is called new line feed. All right. Okay, so it is like equivalent to pressing enter. C is greater than 0, there are C even numbers, else no even numbers exist. That means what, when it is counting, because C is set into 0, a function has been used out here through which a list has been passed. All right, now you see out here when the C is 0, then what is happening for I in list, if the value is existing in the list and if it is executable, sorry, if it is exactly divided by 2, that means it is an even number. So when even number has been found, C is incremented. C is equals to C plus 1. So that's what, when the loop will terminate, means when it will complete its execution. At that point of time, whatever be the value of C, if it is more than 0, that means the even numbers have been found. Okay, so there are these many even numbers, otherwise no even numbers exist in the list. That is the thing. So even number from the list, how many even numbers are there, that is the thing. This program is actually, you see out here how the things have been taken place. Now say I'm executing this program, a list have been asked, okay, to enter. Okay, you see how to enter the values in the list. Okay, suppose I'm say 23, 4, 56, 7, 88, 9, then sorry, 7, then give a comma, 88, then 1 comma 12 comma 3 comma 44 comma 5 comma 19 comma 80 comma 11. Okay, this many numbers, how many numbers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 has been taken. Okay, so you see out here the print I is actually displaying, extracting the even numbers, and whenever the criteria is matching, C has been incremented, and when C has been incremented, that means it is greater than 0. So this particular condition is becoming true, that means C has been found. So there are C number of even numbers exist. Okay, that means here 6 even numbers exist. That's what it has been printed. And when we will enter like this run module we are doing, and we will enter the list, suppose say 5 13 23 43 57 79 71, like this values we have entered. Now you see what is happening. Okay, so you see no even numbers exist. So that is the thing. So criteria does not match and C has not been updated. Okay, when C has not been modified, it is coming over here, it is 0 is greater than 0, it is asking whether it is true or false. So if is saying that no, it is false, so that's why it is printing no even numbers exist. So that's what, quite rightly, when we are entering the even numbers, it is counting the even numbers and printing the even numbers, and when we are not entering any even numbers in the list, then what is happening, no even numbers exist, the error message has come. So that is the way to execute this one. Here C plus equals to C plus 1 is actually responsible for what it is doing, counting counting even numbers. Okay, even numbers in the list. Okay, so this is the program. So you may execute it and practically and analyze the output. All right, so I think you understand. Definitely you do it's practical. Thank you. This is a program on linear search, definitely using list, and then here two arguments have been passed. Okay, you can see out here. So we can enter the values in a list. Okay, and that is actually the num is the num is the list type variable, and p is the one that we are looking for. So two argument has been passed for searching. Then what will happening? What it will do in linear search? It will search each and every number, and wherever it will found the match, that particular number will be printed. All right. So the thing is that here we are here it is the function call. Actually from here we are doing the function call. All right, this is the function call and this is the program. Now what is happening for I in range len num, because range why it has been taken len num means whatever with the range. Suppose you have entered 7 numbers, that means it will start from 0 and it will be ended into 6. All right, that is the thing. So that many number of times the loop will rotate and it is checking whether the number is existing in the specified index or not. That is the searching, that is the checking the availability of the number. Fine. So students, you see out here, so checking the availability of the number has been done by this if statement, and a status variable have been taken which is already 0, which has been set into 0, and it is finding f equals to 1 out here. All right, so it is 0, and when the number will be found, it will change its status into 1. All right, and then it will be printed what the particular number is appearing at I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Because it counts from 0. So that's why if it is appearing in the second position, it will show to the user 1. So user may be confused. Okay, that's why the value has been exceeded by 1. So user should tally his value, his or her value, whether it is appearing in the correct position or not. Okay, so when we will execute this program, we will able to understand this better. So a break command has been used. So whenever it will be found, the control will be taken off the loop. And then what will happen if the in case if the particular number has not been found, then what will happen? F will be set. F will remain 0. It will not change the status and it will say element does not exist. Let us execute the program and see what are its what is the how the execution takes place. Fine. Now enters value in the list like last time. 56, 7, 88, 12, 34. Have a set value I'm taking 679 and then 90. Okay, like this. All right, enter values in the list. Now say I'm entering the value to start. Say I'm entering 12. Okay, so 12 is appearing in the 0, 1, 2, 3, but in program it will display I plus 1. Okay, I plus 1 means it will show the fourth. Then if what is happening is fourth, because user will count in this way 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you will say yes, fine, I'm satisfied. But instead if it is coming 3, programmer knows that it is correct 0, 1, 2, 3, but user may be confused. That's why I plus 1 has been taken. Fine. So where the it is appearing, you see out here I has been used because we are counting, programmer is counting from 0, and while printing programmer is giving I plus 1. So user should not be confused. All right, that is this program. So when f equals to 1, then it is means the particular item has been found in the list, and if it is not available in the list, then what will happen? Let's see once more. We will execute this and we will check it out in this way. Okay, suppose the 34, 21, 33, 56, 7, 89, 90, comma 87, 6. All right, we have entered these values. Enter the numbers. Suppose I am giving out a 120, 102. Fine, element does not exist. So quite rightly, because none of the cases this particular comparison has been stood true. It has not been stand up as true in none of the cases, because it has been compared with each and every number. 102 equals to 21, 33, all cases it is been compared, but it has not come up. Okay, so what is happening? This set of statement has not been executed. If statement, what is happening? When the condition is true, then the block of statement will be executed, otherwise it won't be. So it has not been executed, so f equals to 0 remain as it is. So when the particular control is coming out of the loop, then what is happening? It is finding the statement 0 equals to 0 true, it is printing element does not exist. All right, so that is the way. So this is the way, and here is the function call occurs, you know it. Okay, so this particular program also is very important in order to implement the linear search. Okay, so you must do this program practically, and definitely you analyze the output. All right, thank you.